All right, it's time for our classroom tour. At this point, you are entering room E217. And upon first entrance, this is going to be your view. Okay, still putting some things up on the walls. I'm a new teacher here. Immediately when you come in, you're going to see a sign that lets you know that you need to continue to practice social distancing. There'll be an opportunity for some hand sanitizer, which I'll pump into hands if you want that when you come in. We're really lucky because our room has sinks. So I'm actually going to pressure you guys to be washing your hands since that's the most effective way to prevent COVID from spreading. But anywho, okay, so you come in the door, and the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is some of the safety equipment. So we have right here an emergency shower, an emergency eye wash station, which we'll first talk about. Now for chemistry especially, we do mess with chemicals in here. And you guys should never have to use these devices because you will always follow proper lab safety, which you're going to be learning about next week. But in the event that for some reason you do need to use it, I'll explain what would happen. So for the eye wash station, you're supposed to be wearing your safety glasses at all times. Main rule, if I'm wearing it, you should be wearing it. But sometimes things kind of fling in the air, or if you're not paying attention, you don't wear your safety glasses, which I should catch. But in the event, if somehow a chemical gets into your eye, you are going to walk over to the eye wash station, take off any glasses, open your eyes, hold your eyelids wide open, and you're gonna let this hit your eyes for 20 minutes. Okay, so eyes open, it's gonna rinse your eyes out really good, clean out any chemicals that are in your eyes, okay, and then we're probably gonna send you to the nurse so that you can have a more formal evaluation of if there was any damage done, okay? On the other hand, if you get a lot of chemical on your skin, or your clothes, and it's just too much, we can't just rinse it off easily in the sink where you'd rinse your hand or arm for same time, 15, 20 minutes. If this is like a big cover of your body, we are going to use the emergency shower. Now I know coming right into the room, it's very tempting to want to pull this down. Of course, the water will fall from the ceiling, and we do have a small drain that will catch it, but I want to discourage all of you from playing with this because in this scenario, if we do have to pull this, chances are there's a chemical on your body that is going through your clothes. And so in that event, we are going to have to probably take your clothes off, and it might be a little uncomfortable in front of all of your peers. We'd only do this in an emergency. Luckily, we do have an emergency blanket here that I can at least hold around you so that you're protected. But yeah, I would say if this ever gets pulled, you're probably naked in class in front of your peers. This brings us to the emergency blanket, which can be used to shield people from view if they need the emergency shower, or if perhaps someone has caught on fire and we need to put the fire out. It is there for us as well. So again, if this is the front door, this is going to be right when you walk into the classroom. Okay, let's see. So continuing to walk through the room, you're going to see my desk. I love colors, colorful things, so you're going to notice a lot of pops of color in here throughout the year, especially as I put your work up. We are going to have jellyfish this year, I hope, and so I've had tanks before, and as long as we are able to be in session, we will have a few visitors in our class. Okay, this brings us to one of our sinks. We have 4 in the classroom, which is really nice. I'll probably leave this one for myself, just if I have to do cleaning. But the 3 in the back, 1, 2, and then there's one over there, 3, all of which are equipped with paper towels. There's soap dispensers, and then we have racks to dry some of our equipment. Again, this is for bio as well. We will be using, we'll be doing labs in here too. I have access to more hand sanitizer and then Oxivir spray, which I spray on tables every day to make sure that germs are not staying in the classroom after each cohort. Okay, so keep walking through the room. We come to our goggles storage center. And so when we're doing labs, as I mentioned, we will always be wearing eye safety gear. And so even if you have glasses, the rule is if I'm wearing my safety glasses, you need to be wearing your safety glasses too. Pretty awesome is that we have UV lamps in here, so that is a disinfectant. So you don't have to worry about wearing someone's glasses after someone from a previous period had it on. We will make sure that they are sanitized. Okay, up here, if we have any kind of chemical spill on the floor, typically I'll know the chemical and I'll say, oh, it's good with a paper towel. We'll just clean it up with a paper towel. But in the event that we're dealing with a strong acid or a strong base, we may have to use one of our spill kits to properly clean it up. And so I'll let you know, just if something spills, you're gonna call, hey, Ms. Osowski, something spilled. We'll figure out what it was, and I'll be able to clean it accordingly. This then brings us to, okay, the back of the room. We have a broken glassware container. Okay, we use a lot of glassware. I'll take you in the back room in a minute. But things break. It happens. It's no big deal as long as we're not, we're doing science to the best of our ability. But in the event that you do break something, we are going to want to clean it up with a broom and dustpan, and then we want to put the broken glassware into the container. I'll bring it down so you guys can see. Okay, you're not supposed to put your hand in the container, and we never, ever, ever want to deposit broken glass into the regular trash can. Okay, we have our custodians, they're awesome people who come in every day and clean our trash cans, and the trash bags are very thin. If there is glass in the bags, it will put holes in the bags, and it might even cut our custodians. And so just, again, if something breaks, just call out, hey, Miss O, something broke. I'll come over, give you a broom and dustpan, and we'll get it cleaned up safely and appropriately. Okay, right here, we are so lucky. We have a fume hood in our classroom. And so, especially for chemistry, you guys may or may not have seen a fume hood before. But what happens for us is sometimes we do chemical reactions that are, they create smells or gases that are dangerous to inhale. Or just smell really, really bad. And so in this case, we would want to mix the chemicals or do the chemical reaction inside of a fume hood. Okay, so as you can see, there's kind of a window. Okay, it can move up and down so you can get chemicals in there, and then you can do the reaction or the experiment inside the chemical hood. And then what's cool is that there's vents, and the vents will suck the noxious chemicals out of the building and definitely out of our room. So the fume hood is so useful. We'll get to do a lot of fun experiments in there, and we'll be protected as well. All right, so now moving past another sink. Chemistry is going to really like some of the posters I have up here. Okay. All right, so I wanted to take some time and just identify to you guys what we have at the very front of the classroom. In the event that we have an emergency here, we have our instructions, okay? So at this point, I'm not sure if you guys have been trained on our take action calls, what we're supposed to do if we get a hold, secure, lockdown, evacuate, or shelter announcement, but here they are, and I, of course, have been trained on them. Okay, in our emergency folder, I have everything that we need in order to express messaging as we evacuate the building. And then for us all, this is our evacuation pathway. And so if you look, we are here, okay, E217, okay, and the blue is our primary exit, okay? So if we are able to go the primary way, we are going to walk out of our door, take a left, then take another left at the first place you can take a left, and then we're going to walk out of those doors. If I were to model it, we walk out of the door, take a left, head down till you can take your first left, and then walk your way out. Let's head back into the classroom. Okay? In the event that something's going down that direction, we will hang a right and walk out the doors that are right there. Now, the reason we are kind of taking the long way first and foremost is because there's going to be a lot of kids already filtering out of that exit, and so we definitely don't want to be slowed down or herded in the wrong direction. So in that situation, we'll make our call. Okay, on this wall, we have some valves. And so in chemistry, when we are using fire, I will have the natural gas on. And what it'll look like is I have a key, turns the gas on, and then this will be lit as on. And that means that all the Bunsen burner stations will have gas coming to them for you guys to do your experiments. Okay? In the event that there is a fire, or I have been told that the Bunsen burners might catch on fire, I might call to a student and say, hey, hit the off gas valve. By hitting off, it will completely turn all the gas off and the fire should stop. On the bottom, this controls the electricity, okay? And so along all of the lab stations, you're gonna see outlets. And so I typically have this on just in general, but in the event that we have something plugged in and it could cause an electrical fire, we wanna stop the electricity to those outlets to stop the fire. We will still hit the off button and it will turn off all of the outlets. And so it's really important that you guys are aware of where these are, because in an emergency, you guys might be closer to it than I am. And so I might call out for you to do it and you will know what to do. Okay, let's see what else we have in this cool room. We have two doors, technically. I only let students go out that door. We don't go in. And then of course the front door, students can come in and out as they please. So that's not going to be an issue. Let's see. Okay. Behind our smartboard, we have a red and white button. The red button is an emergency call to the office. Okay, I fainted, a student has fainted, an emergency is happening that's going to require medical attention. I might call out to you and say, hey, can someone hit the red button? And in that event, you guys will know that it's next to the whiteboard, okay, behind the smartboard. The white button is just a general call to the office. And so if there's something that is going down and we need to call the office for someone to come to the room, but it's not a medical emergency that's going to require the nurse, we will hit the white button. Okay, so I want to bring you guys into the storage room. I kind of glossed over the fire extinguisher that's in the back of the room. Okay, if we need to put a fire out that's more on the main floor or, just on someone, we will use the fire extinguisher for that. And I'll have a video on how to use it. I like the PASS acronym that you guys will learn shortly. Okay, so this is the storage room. Okay, most likely you guys will not be allowed back here unless I give you explicit instructions that you're allowed to go back here and grab something. I'll probably have a sign on the door that says no students allowed unless the teacher says your name and you are allowed to go back there. But I always like to show students what is back here because it is kind of just a room that has items in it, and I think it's good that you guys can see what it is. So a lot of the equipment that we use for labs is back here, nothing special, but if I do need to get an extra beaker or something, I might request the help of students so that I can watch and maintain the safety in the classroom. Okay, we have other teachers connected back here. We have a cool chem teacher. I don't know if he's in right now. This is Mr. C's room. Mr. Charvella, super smart guy, can help you with anything. I think they're in there. And then Jenna. Hey guys, can you just wave? I'm doing a video for the students. Yes, Mr. Charvella, Miss Butler. Welcome. All right, yes, welcome. Okay, Miss Butler can help you if you need any chemistry assistance and I'm out for the day, or maybe I don't know the answer to something. She might be able to use her brain power. And then we also have cool teacher Mr. Vasco in there setting up. And so, yeah, we have 3 other chem teachers attached to our room. And so that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed the tour. We're going to have a great time this year. See you soon.